Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension X. Have you ever heard of the Mark III? The amazing electronic brain they're using now up at Harvard University? In mere minutes, it can solve scientific problems that our most brilliant mathematicians would take years to work out. Its intelligence is almost superhuman. And yet the scientists are already working on a new and improved model, the Mark IV. In fact, they tell us there's no earthly reason why these thinking robots can't be perfected until they become the servants of the future, capable of doing all the work of mankind. Yes, that's what the advertising billboard said in the year 2006. Housework made easy by the perfect domestic servant. Modern Mechanicals Agency, Harry Underhill, president. The billboard showed a smiling family, sitting with folded hands, watching their mechanical robot pour their morning coffee. But in the home of Harry Underhill himself, things weren't quite as pleasant at breakfast this day.
I just can't understand it, Aurora. Look at this. Modern Mechanical's down 3 points. Yesterday, Smithson canceled his order. If I could only figure out why.
Why don't you ask him? Oh, Frank, dear, eat your oatmeal.
Oh, Mom.
I just don't understand it. Business was good, and then boom. Some louse must be undercutting my prices, that's all.
How many robots were canceled?
Not robots. Mechanicals, Aurora. How many times...
They are robots, aren't they?
Please, Aurora, there's an important difference in sales psychology.
Maybe people are getting wise to your robots and mechanicals.
What do you mean, Aurora?
The perfect domestic servant. They're ugly, stupid, clumsy, walking junk piles.
Aurora.
The one you brought home to me can't even wash the clothes properly. It's more trouble than it's worth.
Aurora. You know our mechanicals are the best on the market.
Those animated tin cans you sell? They're certainly not making us any fortune.
Well, with this new model, things are bound to pick up a little. If that Jarvis order just comes through...
Oh, that robot of yours. There's something knocking again.
Hey, wait. Put that plate back. I haven't finished my breakfast yet. Wait!
Harry, you know you've got to say stop. 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 You always get excited. You think you never saw a robot before.
Not robot, mechanical.
All right. Look, it's not its fault. We just took too long to eat. Timing relay is set for 15 minutes.
Never mind. I want my coffee back. Set. There. Isn't that simple? It bends at the waist, stretches out its arm, and picks up the coffee pot just as if it were yours. Hey, watch out!
And spills it right in your lap.
Oh, my clean suit, Aurora. Oh, no.
Harry, you know it's relayed to announce dinner after it sets the table.
Hey, there goes my coffee again. Stop. Set.
Harry, you can't give it 2 orders at once.
What's that smell?
There must be a short. Now see what you've done. Got it all upset.
I did. All I said was...
Harry!
Stop! Oh, it's no use. The brain coil's shorted out.
Oh, do something. Harry, do something.
I sure will. I'm going to the office. I'm getting out of here. Yes, Lucy?
Mr. Jarvis,
Oh, put him on.
Hello, Underhill?
Hello, Mr. Jarvis. I'm glad you called. I was just going to ring you. Well, I've got that whole shipment of mechanicals for you. 1 gross plane, 12 of the chromium fitted.
Hold on, Underhill. I'm canceling the order.
But the invoice is made out and
Well, tear it up. I'm canceling.
But why?
Underhill, there's a brand new mechanical on the market that makes yours look like something out of a museum.
Oh, now, look here, Mr.
Don't
Jarvis.
now look me, Underhill. I've seen them, and I'm telling you it'll put you out of business. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, Mr. Underhill?
That's the 3rd cancellation today. The world's going to pot.
Yes, Mr. Underhill?
No, never mind, Lucy. I'm going home. What a day. I wonder if Aurora'd smell it on me if I ducked into Garrigan's. She's got a nose like a beagle. Hey, that building wasn't here last week. Humanoid Institute. The perfect mechanical. Oh, no. We didn't have enough competition. Hey, these must be the cutthroats that are underselling me.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
Huh? Oh, you startled me. Didn't hear you. Hey, you're a mechanical, aren't you? Not bad, not bad. Very lifelike.
Won't you come in, please, and examine our service?
Yeah, that's a remarkable voice. They've licked the variable inflection problem. You know, I'm in the same line myself. Mechanicals, I mean.
We're aware of that, sir.
Oh? Hey, some building you've got here. You sure got it up in a hurry.
The Humanoid Institute at your service, Mr. Underhill.
Yes? Oh, how'd you know my name?
For us, that was not difficult.
Oh, is that so? Oh, wait a minute. This is ridiculous. Talking to a mechanical. Must be somebody inside operating you by remote control.
No, Mr. Underhill. Of course, there is Humanoid Central, which powers and controls all of us, but that is located on Wing 4.
Wing 4?
A planet in a remote part of the galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Well, may I see your salesman, please?
We employ no human salesman, sir. We ourselves can accept your order for immediate humanoid service.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't expect me to buy one. I'm in the business myself.
There will be no more need for your electronic mechanicals, sir. Once you have accepted our service, you will no longer have to work. Everything will be done for you.
Everything? That's quite an offer. At that rate, you'll have trouble supplying the demand.
I think not, sir. As you can see from our storage room. Humanoids are now arriving at the rate of 5,000 per hour from Wing 4.
5,000 per hour?
We are anxious to introduce our complete service on this planet, sir, to bring happiness to everyone. May we come out to your home for a free trial demonstration?
No, I admit you're remarkable. The voice and movement, graceful even. But I'm still in business, and what's more, I wouldn't have you around the house.
I'm afraid you will have no choice. Sooner or later, it will be necessary.
Oh, is that so? Over my dead body, let me out of here.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
Well, it's going to be tough competition, all right. I'm going to stop in at Garrigan's, the devil with Aurora's nose.
Oh, hi, Pop.
Hello, Frank. How was the football game?
We won, 78-3. Guess what, Pop?
You made all the touchdowns.
Nope. Mom took in a boarder.
She what? Aurora!
She said if your business was going to fall on his face, she had to do something to make some money.
Oh, she did, huh?
Harry, what's all the racket for?
You tell me. What's this about a boarder?
Shh, Harry. He's going to live in that little apartment over the garage.
Oh, no, he isn't. You know I don't want any strangers around here.
Harry, please, shh. Look, he won't bother you. He's a nice old man.
Oh.
He just wanted a room and a place to work. He's an inventor, I think.
Oh, he is he? Did he pay in advance?
Well, he can't. You see, his royalties haven't started to come in.
Mm-hmm. Aurora, how can you be taken in by every beat-up old panhandler that gives you a sob story?
Mr. Sledge isn't like that at all. Oh, that reminds me, dear. Can you give me a 10?
A 10? What for?
Well, Mr. Sledge is ill. He needs some medicine for his heart, and I said I'd lend him the money.
You get... Oh, Aurora, this is the limit. He goes out right now.
Now, don't be unkind, Harry. Besides, we need the rent money.
Things aren't that bad yet. He goes.
Please, shh.
What are you shushing me for?
Mr. Sledge, he's in the next room. I've invited him for dinner. Frank, dear, wipe your mouth.
Oh, Mom.
More gravy, Mr. Sledge?
No, thank you, Mrs. Underhill.
Mr. Sledge, my wife tells me you're a traveling man. Expect to move on soon?
Harry.
I had hoped to do a little work, Mr. Underhill. You see, I've applied for basic patents here on Earth for a very important development.
Oh, a new invention, huh?
Yes. My field is rhodomagnetics.
What?
Rhodomagnetics. It's a new force field theorem, key to the second triad of the periodic table. Rhodium, ruthenium, and palladium.
I'm afraid I'm a little rusty on my science.
It's well known in other parts of the galaxy, but I've been able to apply for basic patents here.
Worth millions, huh?
Perhaps you find it strange that the holder of such valuable property should be in need.
Well, yes.
I'm a refugee, Mr. Underhill. I arrived on this planet only a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. But you will be shoving on again.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Harry.
That's all right, Mrs. Underhill. I understand. After all, I am an intruder in your home, and if it inconveniences you at all, I'll find some other place to sleep and set up my workshop.
Harry, your robot is spilling the coffee again.
I'll have to have it tightened up.
Why doesn't your company bring out a better mechanical? One smart enough not to spill things. Wouldn't that be splendid?
The perfect mechanical already exists, Mrs. Underhill. They're not so splendid, really. They are why I am a refugee today.
Oh? Where'd you say you came from?
Wing 4.
Wing 4? Oh, then you must mean those humanoids.
Humanoids.
Mr. Sledge.
Humanoids. What do you know about them?
Well, they just opened an agency here in Two Rivers.
No. No.
Harry.
What is it? What's wrong, Mr. Sledge?
Give him some water. It must be his heart.
Call Dr. Winters, Aurora.
No. I'll be all right.
Here, you better sit down.
I'm sorry. It was just shock. I came here to get away from them.
The humanoids?
Yes. I wanted to finish my work before they came. But now, I won't trouble you any further.
But, Mr. Sledge, Harry, he's sick.
Well, Mr. Sledge, I don't think you'll have to go right away.
He can stay, Harry.
Sure, after all, the way those humanoids are coming along, I'm liable to become a refugee myself any minute. Guess we might as well stick together, eh, Sledge?
Oh, that's better. Oh, you look ill, Professor. Maybe you ought to lie down on the sofa and rest.
No, thank you. I must get back to my workshop now. I haven't got time to rest. There's so little time left for all of us.
Good morning, Mr. Underhill.
Good morning.
Mr. Underhill, you look awful.
I feel awful. What's in the mail?
6 more cancellations. The Eat Quick restaurant chain sent back your shipment. They've installed humanoids. Mr. McIntyre from the bank called. He's refusing your loan. He said since Humanoid Institute opened, you're a bad credit risk.
Good.
I guess that's all. Oh, there's something to see you.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
You? Oh, no, you're not the same one, are you? Serial number's different.
It doesn't matter, sir. We're all really one. Now, in exchange for our complete service, you will assign all your property to Humanoid Institute.
I will what?
With our service, you will have no need for property. Everything will be provided.
What kind of blackmail is this?
No blackmail, sir. You will find humanoids incapable of committing any crime. We exist only to increase the happiness of mankind.
Thanks, but I can take care of my own business.
You have no choice, really. With humanoid service, it is no longer necessary for men to take care of themselves. Our function is to serve and obey and guard men from harm.
Get out.
Very well, sir. When you wish to sign, let us know.
Get out. Get out! Aurora, I'm home.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
What's the idea of this? You get out of here. Aurora!
Mrs. Underhill has accepted our free trial demonstration. We cannot leave unless she requests.
We'll see about that. Aurora, where the devil are you?
Oh, hello, Harry.
What's this mechanical doing here? What's happened to you?
Isn't it wonderful? Had my hair done, the manicure.
But-
The humanoid did it. And cleaned the house all over, washed all the clothes, and gave Frank his music lesson.
Now, wait a minute, Aurora. I won't have this monster in my house.
Oh, it's just a free trial, Harry. Just wait till you taste the dinner it cooked. Everything you like best. Roast duck.
I don't care if he cooked a... Duck?
And the most complicated pastries. I could never cook like that.
Well, might as well eat. But I'll need a drink first, though.
All right,
I'm
Doc.
sorry, sir.
What?
We exist under the prime directive to guard men from harm. Alcoholic beverages in excess are bad for human consumption. We have taken the liberty of removing them from the house.
Now, look here.
Mr.
you
Underhill, dinner is served.
Yes, Lucy?
They're here, Mr. Underhill.
I've been expecting them for a week. All right, Lucy.
At your service, Mr. Underhill. We have the legal papers here, the bankruptcy forms, the eviction notice. We are ready now to foreclose your agency.
Okay, take it over. A lot of good it'll do you. I haven't made a sale in 2 weeks.
And now, if you will make the assignment of all your personal property, we can complete our service to you.
What if I won't sign?
That would be unfortunate. But with stubborn cases, we must sometimes resort to other methods. Eventually, Mr. Underhill, you will sign.
Of all the darn, stinking darn...
Whoa, Frank, what's the matter? What's the trouble, son?
That old humanoid.
Oh, you're not happy? You should be. It's guaranteed.
They took away my football. They said it was too dangerous to play with it. And my roller skates and my scout knife and everything.
Did they leave you anything?
Just some stinking old plastic blocks. Soft blocks. They said I couldn't get hurt with them. Dad, I want my football back. Can't you do anything?
I don't know, son. I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Underhill.
Mind if I come in, Sledge?
No, not at all. You mind if I keep working?
Oh, go right ahead. It's good to see somebody working with his hands.
Something wrong?
My son. The humanoids took his football away. They're everywhere. They've smashed my business, taken over my house. Sledge, isn't there some way to get rid of them?
That is exactly what I am trying to do.
You? What makes you think you can do anything?
Because, you see, Mr. Underhill, I'm the unfortunate fool who started them.
You? I don't understand.
I started the humanoids. And I've been running from them ever since.
You started them?
Yes, I invented them. I built the ronomagnetic relays that operate Humanoid Central.
But why?
I wanted to bring happiness to humanity.
Happiness? That's great. My wife's been crying for 2 days, and do you know why? Because she's bored stiff. There's nothing left for her to do. They won't even let her lift a little finger.
I don't blame you for feeling bitter, Mr. Underhill. It's all my fault. I wanted them to serve and obey, guard men from harm.
No, they do that all right. They've even emptied our medicine chest. It wouldn't do for one of us happy humans to end it all with a sleeping pill.
Mr. Underhill, I've made the most terrible mistake a man can make. But I meant well, believe me.
Then why did you do it?
I thought I could rid the universe of poverty and hunger by inventing the perfect mechanical.
They're perfect, all right. Too perfect.
Yes, that's the trouble. They obey the prime directive too literally. They kill men's souls with their kindness.
Isn't there some way they can be controlled?
No. I didn't trust mankind, so I made sure that Humanoid Central could not be tampered with. Not even by myself.
Then what hope is there?
Only one. They're not creative. They can't meet new ideas.
You mean you've got one, Sledge?
Yes. They can defeat anything they know about. But I've got something new. A weapon to attack the brain of Humanoid Central.
Is that what you've been working on?
Yes. Now that they're here, there's little time left. Either we destroy them, or they will destroy us.
Okay. What has to be done?
This tuning circuit.
Hmm?
You see, I need 2 bus bars here. Oh, can you read these diagrams?
I think so. Got my degree in electronics.
Good. If you could help on the bench work, it would save time.
I've got plenty of time now.
All right. But watch yourself. Don't let them see you come out here.
If you can take the risk, so can I.
No. As the inventor, I built a special immunity for myself into Humanoid Central. But you don't have that immunity. And they're rather unpleasant methods of dealing with their enemies. They can change you, you know.
Change me? How?
Brain surgery.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Just be careful.
Mr. Underhill.
What do you want?
You're going to meet with Mr. Sledge.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to collect the rent.
Mr. Underhill, you have spent the past 2 afternoons in his room. In view of your association with Mr. Sledge, we feel that our free trial must be terminated. We suggest that you accept our total service and make the assignment of your property immediately.
And if I don't?
Then, sir, we may be forced to resort to other methods.
Well, give me one more day to think it over.
Very well, sir. Tomorrow. That will be your last chance.
Who is it?
Underhill.
Did they see you?
No, not today. Sledge, we've got to hurry.
It's difficult work, Mr. Underhill, but I'm almost finished.
They gave me till today. They said they'd use other methods.
What's that?
The humanoids building some kind of a warehouse across the road. Sledge, are you sure this thing will work?
It's a new principle, Underhill. A tuned rhodomagnetic light beam. It should act to fission the heavy atoms of the basic ores of Wing 4. It will destroy Humanoid Central.
But are you sure?
I know the humanoids. I made them. They can't invent anything. They can't create defenses against something new. It's done. It's finished, Underhill.
You going to use it now?
Immediately. I'll have to feed the astronomical data into the calculating circuits. There must be zero error in focusing.
What will happen?
Wing 4 will disappear in a chain reaction. Humanoid Central will be destroyed. They'll stop. Ready now. Stand clear, please. Power's building up. Step on the rubber mat, Mr. Underhill. We must be shielded when I cut in the full power load.
Hurry, Sledge.
I've waited 30 years for this moment, Underhill. When Wing 4 is destroyed, the humanoids all over the galaxy will stop. They'll stop dead. You won't hear those drills.
Sledge.
All right. Now. Do you hear anything?
Sledge. Listen. The drills have stopped. They've stopped. You can see them. The humanoids have stopped.
They couldn't guard against something they couldn't understand. It worked, Underhill.
We're free now. Goodbye, Wing 4.
Humanoid Central is destroyed.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
No, Sledge.
Get out of here. Get out.
You were attempting to break the Prime Directive. It is therefore necessary to interfere.
But you stopped. I saw you, all of you.
In order to guard against Mr. Sledge's beam, it was necessary to stop all units momentarily to concentrate power. That necessity has passed.
But it was new. You can't invent anything new.
No, sir, but we were able to adapt the screening principle you yourself invented. For the past 30 years, Humanoid Central has been screened against any energy attack.
All these years wasted. All these years.
Your immunity has ended, Mr. Sledge. It will now be necessary for you to accept our full services.
No, I'll stop you. I'll stop all of you.
No, Sledge.
I'll stop you with my bare hands. I'll kill you
Sledge,
all.
no, it's no use.
Do not worry, Mr. Underhill. At worst, he can destroy one unit. There are millions more.
Sledge, you'll hurt yourself. Sledge!
I'll kill him.
He's sick. It's his heart. You, get a doctor.
Until he surrenders, we can neither aid nor hinder Mr. Sledge. Do you surrender your immunity, Mr. Sledge?
Have to. Last chance. Gone. Yes. Help me. Help me.
At your service, Mr. Sledge. You may see Mr. Sledge now, Mr. Underhill.
Alone?
If you wish. In here.
Thanks. Sledge.
Well, Underhill. Good to see you.
Your head. It's bandaged.
Is it really?
They've done something to you. Are you all right?
Oh, fine. Never felt better.
You never felt better.
No. In fact, I feel 10 years younger today.
You sound so happy.
Why not? These humanoids have made a new man of me, Underhill. They're wonderful, aren't they?
Wonderful. How can you say that, Sledge? Only yesterday you hated them. You were trying to destroy them.
Destroy them? Why?
You don't remember? You've forgotten what they're doing to us all? They're killing us with kindness, taking away all our incentive and pride of accomplishment, turning us all into pampered, useless pets, parasites, with nothing left to do but just sit with folded hands at the mercy of these mechanical monsters.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
You?
You seem troubled, Mr. Underhill. Are you unhappy?
Unhappy? You bet I'm unhappy. What have you done to Professor Sledge to turn him into this babbling idiot?
We were forced to operate. For years, Mr. Sledge has been suffering from a benign tumor of the brain. It caused him to have hallucinations, to believe that he was actually the creator of the humanoids.
Did I?
Yes, it was these delusions which were making you unhappy.
Oh. Well, whoever did invent the humanoids, I certainly owe him a debt of gratitude now.
Sledge.
You see, Mr. Underhill, we have ways to correct these abnormal conditions. Even Mr. Sledge is happy now.
You operated on his brain?
Yes, Mr. Underhill. And now we are at your service.
At my service? You mean you're going to operate on... No.
The time has come for you to accept and enjoy our complete service. You will now sign our agreement.
Look here,
If you are unhappy, it only takes a simple operation.
No. Who said I was unhappy? I'm very happy. I'll sign your paper. You don't have to operate on me. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Very happy.
The happy Mr. Underhill's futile hands clenched and relaxed again, and then folded quietly. There was nothing else left for them to do.
Check, testing one, fuck it. That's my cue. Good morning, everyone. Shh, be quiet today. It's a quiet day. Shh, be quiet. It's gonna be a quiet day. really? What the hell? There you go. Shine on, baby, shine on. How are we today? How are we? Magical, mystical, religicals. Totally. Shoshana. It's almost a Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah. Hosanna. Hobbity bobbity. What a day, what a day. Sheesh. I accidentally stubbed my soul. Snub nose. Snub nose. What about a sub nose? Nose like a submarine. Had a nose like a submarine sandwich. I don't know what that means. Now I want a submarine sandwich. I do. I really do. I really do. It's quiet this morning, so I thought we'd keep it quiet. Let's keep it quiet this morning. Why not? I said why not? We can do that. This is a flashlight down here. I've got a flashlight on under my desk. Shh. I wish I had a scary story to read, right? Ooh. It is Old Time Radio Wednesday. Maybe we'll look at a scary old time radio show. What's scary? Let's see. Escape. Those are scares. Lights out. Suspense. We had a lot of suspense. A lot of suspense. Well, not a whole lot. Let's see. Totally. Inner Sanctum. Shadow. The Whistler. The Whistler. The Whistler. Are you whistling? Whistle Dixie, baby. My house guest is asleep, so I'm trying to be as kind as possible and still do my show. Luckily for me, he sleeps pretty solid, so there you go. Escape. Escape videos. It's almost Halloween. What are we going to do for Halloween? It'd be nice if we had some kind of theme besides Halloween, right? Yesterday, I was gone. But today, I'm here. I am here in a limited capacity. But I'm here. I'm having a coffee bag this morning because we're out of ground. So, I'm having my emergency Folgers coffee bags. Which is just fine, fine. Totally. I've got to pull, my house guest came back from Chicago sick. So, we've been trying to, do that thing. Mom made soup last night, chicken noodle soup, homemade chicken noodle soup, and forced him to eat it. I don't want to eat it. Eat it. Yeah, okay. So, that and NyQuil, DayQuil, lots of good food and liquids and stuff. So far, he seems to be getting healthier. If we can force some vitamins into him, he'll be doing even better. What a way to spend the rest of your vacation, right? That sucks. Totally sucks, eh? Look, you can almost see my face. Almost. That's cool. It's a mystery. I was hoping that at some point we could share a lot of the stuff that they brought home from Chicago, because they just brought home tons of stuff. They even bought records while they were there, and they're gonna have them mailed home from Chicago. So that's cool. Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool? Yeah. I stubbed my soul on the world, on society. I stubbed my soul on society. Now it hurts. I've got ingrown feelings now. Totally. What the hell's he talking about now? I don't know. I just know that when my wife and I sit here in the living room, or just my wife and Joey sit and talk, the three of us, or just the two of them, or just the two of me, the two of us, it's just great. We just sit and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. It's pretty awesome. My wife, for an hour last night, she threatened to friend his dad on Facebook, and he's like, no, don't, please don't. We're afraid they'll get along. Yeah. Don't do it. That's hilarious. She kept fucking with him and fucking with him. Like, I'm gonna put zucchini in the soup. No. What, are you crazy? Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of chill out here this morning. If it gets a little snory in here, we'll put on a little old-time radio. Lights out, everybody. I think we're gonna save the scary stuff for Halloweeny. So, what would be good for Halloween is if I just put together soundtracks, right? So I'll put together like a 2-hour soundtrack, maybe 3 hour for long days, of just scary stuff, noises popping up out of nowhere, right? Scary. A video that I could put on the screen that's kind of Halloweenish, that I can just insert myself into. That would be cool. So we'll see if we can finagle something cool for the month of October. Let's see what's going on there, you know. Well, heavy duty. I want another duty. Can I get a new duty? I don't like my duty. I need a new duty. Let me have a new duty. Totally. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am the top fan. I am my own top fan. I am. Shut up. Yeah, I poked my finger, my pinky, on my fretting hand. Don't fret, because I can't. Yep, just on the side of the tip, so I can just play. But for the first day, it bled like crazy. I reached into a sink with a broken glass. I did it gingerly because I expected there to be a glass in there, but it got me. Just poked the tip of it. And it went pretty deep, and it bled all day. And so I couldn't play yesterday. I couldn't do anything. So today it should be healed up enough that I can play, because I just got back the guitar that I got for myself out of high school. I was 19 when I bought it, and I made payments on it because it was at a pawn shop, music store, Carnegie Music. So they had pawned instruments in there, basically, on commission. So I bought it, not realizing that it had belonged to someone that I knew. So he's like, "Hey, my old guitar, look at that." That was funny. But it was my most favorite possession in the world back then. I took it everywhere with me in the 90s, and once in the 2000s. I pawned it 3 times, twice in the 90s, for like $40, right? You gotta eat, you gotta pay bills, that's what you gotta do. But I couldn't let it go. I was like, no, I'm gonna get it back. Whatever I gotta do, I gotta get the guitar back. And I did. And I've had it all this time. And for the longest time, probably 30 years, it was just unplayable, maybe longer. And I finally got it back from the technician yesterday. And it looks like it's playing pretty good. So I cannot wait to bust it out and tune it up and give it a go. Give it a go. It is a time capsule in itself. It's really covered with a lot of stuff from the past. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. Totally. Oh, man. So, when I had all my teeth removed, they busted up my mouth pretty good. They even broke 1 or 2 teeth getting them out, right? So, because of all of them, snapping and breaking and stuff, you wind up with little bits of bone, tooth, bone, and stuff that break and chip. And because everything is so bloody, and they can't just suck the blood out because it'll just create everything to go into a blood frenzy. So they pretty much just have to pull the teeth and then pack stuff over the bloody spots, right? So, long story short, they stitched me up, and ever since then, which was about 9 months ago, my gums have been extruding these little bits, chunks of bone, right? Every once in a while, one will work its way to the surface and pop out. Usually, it comes out in the area where the stitches were, because there's still room for them to come out. I had one on the inside of my lower gum that was underneath the gum, and because of the rubbing of the denture up against it, it actually caused it to come to the surface and break through. And all of a sudden, for like a day or so, I had this sharp piece of bone poking out of my, rubbing up against my tongue, right? And I finally had to go in and, with a flashlight in one hand and a pair of tweezers in the other, reach in, and with the first grab, I just saw it, a little tiny piece of white sticking out of my gum. Grabbed it and it just pulled right off, like it was just resting there. And that has already healed. It's a good thing the mouth heals quick, right? So I still have that one spot that's rubbing, and it's basically just the denture pushing down on a little bubble of skin that's decided to be there. And it's quite possible that underneath that little thing is another little piece of bone trying to work its way out. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's just been pushed on and annoyed, so it's been rubbed raw and sensitive. So there's the daily denture report. I've got to take my daughter down to the university today. We had planned for Joey to, do that so they'd have time to hang out and stuff. Unfortunately, he's sick, and at first she didn't want to. She wanted to, she knows she's gonna get sick. She just wants to make it as short as possible and as easy as possible. She's usually pretty good about that. When she knows she's getting sick, she'll start popping vitamins, doing that whole health care maintenance thing. So it'll usually last a few days, week, and she'll be over it pretty quick. But she said she just wanted to get through this week of school before it hit her and try to get caught up a little bit. So yesterday I took her down to the campus, and she took a quiz. Was in class for about an hour, a makeup quiz, because she was gone Monday. And by the time we got home, we had planned to stop and get the guitars, go to the store, to the bank, post office, do a bunch of shit on the way home, right? I look over at her, and her eyes are she's just exhausted from the trip, from the flying, from probably getting the first feelings of the flu or the cold or whatever they got. Probably a flu bug. You travel, you get a bug. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. And it is what it is. So she came home yesterday and ate and jumped into bed and slept. And Mom made chicken noodle soup, and she slept. And Mom's like, I'm going to go wake her up to eat. I said, no, let her sleep. Just let her. She needs to make up that if you wake her up, she's going to get up, she's going to get on her phone, she's going to worry about homework. I said, no, let her sleep. Don't even open the door. So hopefully she will get up this morning and eat a big breakfast and feel okay. At least okay enough until after class. Then she's got the weekend to get her shit together. And I told her, you know what, get done with class and then take a couple of more days off from working on school stuff to write yourself and get your shit together, you know. Otherwise it'll just compound and get worse. And don't try to do shit while you're sick anyway. Yeah, it's no good. No good will come of it. No way. So, anyhow, let's see what we got going on this morning. I got a live chat going on with nobody here. Shh, don't tell anybody. If you don't tell anybody, I won't. Shut up, stop whispering. Yeah, cut it out. Oh. My dogs, they know when somebody doesn't feel well, and they'll go like lay in their bed. If they're not around, they'll just go lay in their bed, right? Lay in my bed, lay in my daughter's bed, lay in Joey's bed. The dogs kept hanging out in the living room yesterday, because they feel your pain. They know when you're feeling low, and they try to comfort you. They do. They come and they just lay on you and hang out and just give you a lick once in a while. Hey, how you doing? You're a little feverish. Yeah. Luckily, Mom's here because she, you know, she's the cure-all. Totally. All right. I'm going to do another bong hit here because I got nothing better to do. I don't know what to do about my lava lamp. I think I'm just going to have to replace it. I'm going to have to take it hot and shake it and try to recombine the two waxes in there. Because it just ain't working no more. It just ain't working. Cheers, WW. Yesterday I stubbed my sole on Society, and I had to take some time to bandage it up and stop the bleeding. And I apologize for not being here. No, I picked the kids up at the airport on Monday night, and Joey wasn't feeling well. Came home with a flu. So he said, don't do his show tomorrow. And so I didn't. So he slept. He got to sleep and he slept, and he's sleeping now. But, you know, that's why the place is dark and I'm quiet. So he seems to be still sleeping, and that's cool. So luckily for me, he sleeps pretty solid. You know, I could probably do this with my daughter in the room, or my wife in the room too, because they sleep pretty good too. Oh, thank you. I did injure myself on Monday. I was washing dishes at one of the vacation rentals, and I thought I heard a cup break in the dishwater. So I gingerly put my hand in there and bumped my pinky up against a sharp broken glass, and it bled all day long. And I'm thinking, oh man, now I can't play the guitar. And I couldn't. I couldn't play the guitar yesterday, Monday or Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, it's a new day. I'm hoping that later on, at some point, I can play, because it is off to the side of the tip on my pinky, and I gotta use my pinky. I gotta use my pinky. So, yeah, so now we're worried about the kids, because Joey's sick, and my daughter eventually is gonna get sick, because, there we go. Oh, my battery just died. There you go. This is my flashlight. I'm trying to have a little bit of ambiance lighting in here. But this is cool. I'm wearing a Fleetwood Mac shirt, Rumors, and I just happen to have the original first Fleetwood Mac with Lindsey Buckingham and that broad, that witchy woman, right? Anyway, there it is. just, if I do this, no, you can't see it there, so I'll do that. There it is, 8-track. It's 8-track. See with that. There it is, right there. There you go, there you have it. Hopefully not. Oh, crap. Yeah, so my daughter, she's planning on getting sick. So she had me take her to Tuesday to class to take her makeup exam, and I'm going to take her this morning or this afternoon to her last class this week. She's only got 2 in-person classes, which is 1, but it's twice a week. Well, her immunity is pretty strong. She eats really well. She takes care of herself. She doesn't eat a lot of junk food. And as soon as she feels it coming on, she hits the vitamin C, echinacea golden seal, lots of liquids, gets lots of rest. It's just the way we are. Usually I won't get sick. Everybody else in the house will get sick and I won't. I'll take a couple of pills. But mainly it's because my immune system is always fighting extra strong. Right? It's always, the doctors told me, wow, your white blood cell count is really high, like abnormally high, right? And I'm like, am I dying? And I said, no, it's just that most people are down here, you know, and yours is like 2 or 3 times that. And I'm like, wow, so that's good. He says, yeah. He says, you probably won't get sick a lot. And I don't. So I may get a little bit of this, but usually when I get sick, it lasts like 3 days. Yeah, because of the weed too. I also heard that people who smoke marijuana were less likely to get a lung-borne disease like the flu or COVID or something, because they're always coughing, right, and expelling rather than, you know. Anyway, I thought, well, gosh, that's neat. And it's like, people who drink a lot of booze and smoke a lot of cigarettes, I notice they don't get colds. They don't get like the flu and stuff a lot. And I've seen it. I've just seen it. Yeah. So speaking of weed, we're gonna have to load up some more on the old tray here, so I can just keep going this morning. It's 5:30. At 5:30 in the AM here on the Pacific West Coast. Yes, it's marijuana. Well, that's debatable. It's better. I think it gives you more marijuana than cigarettes. Smoking is smoking. Smoking is horrible. Smoking is just a bad delivery system for the marijuana. There's lots better ways to do marijuana that gives you like 0 side effects. Eating it, all right? Gummies. That is the way to go. If you can just do edibles, 8:30 a.m. there, right on. Yeah, 5:30. If you can just do edibles and save your lungs, do it. If you can do anything and take the better form of it, the healthier form of it, go for it. You know, that's definitely the way to go. I don't think that anybody should smoke. If you're thinking about smoking, don't smoke. I do edibles. I will take them on occasion. My daughter likes the edibles. They're good for my head. They make me relax. They help me to sleep. They help with the pain a little bit, but they don't help with the pain all the way. And they don't help with my stomach issues at all. If I don't smoke, I can't eat. I can't digest. I can't be without stomach pain, right? So, while it's good for pretty much everything else, I've tried it. It's like, okay, today I'm just going to do edibles. That's all I'm going to do. And halfway through the day, my stomach's in knots. And I'm like, all right, so I eat a little bit more edibles. and it just doesn't go away. I'll take a bong hit, boom, I'm ready to eat, and my stomach is fine. I get done eating, my stomach is questionable, take a quick bong hit, boom, I'm done. And then I'm feeling good, feeling right. Edibles are good. If you could start with edibles and not go to smoking, any kind of smoking, it's just bad for you. That's what causes the cancer. It's not the marijuana, it's the delivery system. It's not so much the tobacco, but it is. It's the delivery system. Even smoking tobacco is bad. Chewing tobacco is bad. Even the concentrated tobacco, nicotine stuff that you vape, I think the studies are in that isn't good for you. It may be less harmful in some ways, but you're still going to eventually get pneumonia or some kind of lung-based thing going on that we just haven't gotten there yet, right? So, and I think we're going to see a big spike in cancer over the next 20 or 30 years because of not just the legalization of marijuana, but because of the unregulated growing and the chemicals they use to grow really good marijuana, right? It can get out of control. California is somewhat regulated. You have to have it tested by an outside lab, and they have to test it for quality and potency, and they have to test it for pesticides and that kind of stuff. So the weed has to be pretty clean in order to get it from a reliable source. But still, you're smoking it. So you're still dealing with a demon that you really can't control, other than not smoking. So with that, I'm going to take a bong hit here. It's the shorty. Totally. I kind of like this dark thing going on. Try not to do too much smoke in here. I don't want my house guests to think there's a fire in here. Oh my God. Now, cigarette smoke, that's a nasty thing to wake up to if you don't smoke. Even if you do, right? Yeah, fingers in the dark, baby. I didn't look at the screen when I lit the lighter. Probably looks really cool in here. Ooh. Totally. I was going to put a candle on, but I got the fans blowing in here, so it would probably just blow out. Totally, baby. So I do have to go this afternoon to take my daughter down to the campus, and I got to wake up my wife at 6:45 here this time. So about an hour and 15 minutes. I gotta wake up the missus, and then she's gonna take off this morning, and after my show I'm gonna go lay down, try to rest for a couple of hours, and then get up and take my daughter down to the campus. She's gonna do her last day of school this week, unless she wakes up miserable and says, nope, I ain't going. And that's what it is. I doubt that. She's usually really responsible, so that the only time she'll ever really take off is for a concert or something like that. Right? She won't take time off from school for family stuff. She will take it off for a concert, or to go to Chicago to go to a concert. So her friend out there in Chicago threw a little birthday party, a little private birthday party. Put a little tiara with 21 and a sash, so she wore that to the concert and got a lot of happy birthdays because the concert was on her birthday. When hardly smoke comes out. When I exhale, Back breathe. Ooh. Yeah, when I exhale, well, I can hold a hit pretty good. And this bong filters it pretty good. So I'm not really getting a lot of smoke, because I'll do like a small bong hit so that I won't cough. But, yeah, a lot of it stays in me. I could just imagine my insides are black as the stuff that I take out of my pipe. Black. She should have gotten drunk at 21. No, she's too responsible for that. She is. She's not your average 21-year-old. She's got her shit together. Oh, she drinks. She started drinking at like 18. All right. But she is really just a social drinker. Every once in a while, Mom here at home will say, I'm going to have a tequila sunrise. Do you want one? She's like, no, I don't want one. I'm going to have a hard lemonade. And a hard lemonade is just that simply lemonade with a little honey jack. That's it. Oh, me too. I got wasted, passed out on my friend's lawn, puking up McDonald's at 21. And it was his, like, 28th birthday or something. In fact, we just spent the day together, like a couple of days before our birthday, because we share the same birthday, me and this guy from way back when. But on my 21st, he invited us over to his place on his birthday, which was pretty cool. I share my brother's birthday. So, I usually try to do my own thing, which is, just hang out with my family, pretty much. No, we usually make our own hard lemonade. We just take simply lemonade and honey Jack Daniels and mix it to taste. I keep a stocked bar. I'm not a drinker, but I keep a fully stocked bar. I got Glenlivet 12. I've got Jose Cuervo. I've got 3 or 4 different kinds of bourbon and whiskey and scotch and vodka, a couple of different kinds of tequila, triple sec, mixers, grenadine. What I was just telling my wife, hey, look, we got a bottle of this margarita mix in here. She says, yeah, I like this strawberry stuff. Well, just throw some strawberries in. She says, no, you can't do that. You have to get the strawberry stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. But, yeah, I'd like to keep a stocked bar and really nice crystal glasses and ice for house guests, for people to come by and I'm like, you want a drink? Well, what do you have? This. Oh, and if you're looking for something harder than a beer or a wine or, one of those White Claw things, I'll offer them a shot or a scotch on the rocks or something. You want a highball or a Tom Collins or something there, buddy? Right? Because not everybody smokes. Some people drink. I'd like to get one of those little humidor boxes so that I could keep a couple of fine cigars and some cigarettes. I used to like the old English ovals, right? Those little non-filtered cigarettes, and they're not round, they're like oval, and they like fit perfect into your mouth because they're the shape of the opening of your mouth. English ovals. We used to get them at the mall, at the smoke shop. That would not last long in your place, right? But it lasts a long time in my place. I got bottles of booze in my little bar that have been there for, years. I bought the Glenlivet 12 as a full bottle. I filled up the decanter like 2/3 of the way, and then left the rest in the bottle there. So if you come over, I'll get you a nice glass up with a big chunk of ice in it, and a shot of Glenlivet or some other such booze. It's nice. It's nice to know that I'm like the guy from the 50s who'd like to come home, have a drink, sit on the couch, spark up a pipe load, read the paper, you know, put my slippers on, cruise around the house, make a little supper, you know. Hey, honey, I want something? I'm in the kitchen. Yeah. If you plan to live a laid-back, chill, easy life, you can do that and you can get away with it, you know. Shit. I think I worked 3 times over the weekend for like an hour and a half each. And if I do that every weekend, that pays the bills. Why do I need to go out and do any more, right? That's what my wife was telling Joey the other day. You can't take it with you. These people are going to, no matter where you work, they're going to use you up and spit you out, you know. Spend time with people. Wino Wednesday. Smoking jacket like Hugh Hefner. Dude, when I was young, I used to have this green velvet smoking jacket, right? And it was just like that. It was total Hugh Hefner looking. It was beautiful. I loved it. I wore it all the time when I'd be at home, and I'd get home and put it on, get my pipe, put my slippers on, and there I was. I took it on a vacation once. We went whitewater rafting, and I literally wore that in the motorhome. At the end of the day, we'd go and we'd sit in the motorhome, and there I'd be, wearing my little dark green velour. Yeah, that was great. Let's see, miscellaneous 1980s photos. Wow. I don't know. I don't even know if I have a picture. I probably got one up on my board over there, my giant cork board. And black, yeah. He always had these great, and the cool, subtle patterns. Was that Playboy After Dark? That was a great show. Always had really cool guests, musical guests, comedians, and they just walk around them. The camera just cruises around the room, and then you'd go over here and they'd be having a conversation about football or something, and then they'd talk to the camera. And then you go over here and there'd be a comedian, and he'd get up and he'd tell a joke. And then he'd go over to the piano and a guy'd sing a song. That was a great what do you call it? Yeah, baby. Just a great idea, a great way to do a show like that. Let's see if I can buzz through this collection of photos here really quick and see if I can find anything with, look at that. These people from the past. Oh, well. This is of the same period, me sitting on the couch with a potential girlfriend in my Moosehead shirt. I loved Moosehead beer. You ever seen the Playboy After Dark? Well, yeah, I haven't seen it with the Grateful Dead, but that sounds fun. I'm gonna have to check that out. But this is funny because I was just thinking of her the other day, and then I thought, oh shit, her name is Joey, and it's spelt the same as Joey. And I told him, and he went, yeah, so what? I thought it was hilarious. I dated her for 2 weeks. We just hung out. I'd go hang out with her, she'd come hang out with me. This is my friend's house. I didn't have a house. I was living with my friend Brett, his brother Troy, and his mom Pam. She was a single mom. So when she first moved to town, not this girl, but when my friend's mom first moved to town, she asked us kids, because we were hanging out at a friend's house and she was there, if we could take her son and show him around and introduce him to people and kind of take him under our wing. So we did. And so when it was time for me to hit the road from wherever I was staying, I was accepted there. Wow. Oh, shit. That does sound like an interesting Grateful Dead experience at Playboy After Dark. Everybody's dozed. Great. Wonderful. Well, that got out of control. It went south real quick, man. All right, I'm going to go heat up my coffee real quick. And then, yeah, we'll talk. Every time I move, I'm reminded of how many miles are on this body. Because I should have kept up on the maintenance is what I should have done. I should have done regular maintenance, regular oil changes, and, you know, that kind of stuff. But I just didn't, you know. Now my resale value has just plummeted. I can't even get classic or antique status. I'm just screwed. Gas Alexa. Trying to get them out. Oh, cool. Right. Nice. Well, that's bitchin'. That is bitchin'. That's almost old-time radio. It's old-time television, but it's great. It's a little mix of both, right? Freedom! Totally. Totally. Yeah, those days are gone. Them days is gone, man. Picture day, picture day. Picture day, picture day. Oh, yeah. 84, 1984, 1985. 1986. Definitely of the same period as the green velvet jacket, but I don't see the photo of the, oh, there it is. There's the green velour. I found it. I came in earlier and something Dimension X was on. Dimension X was a radio show from 1950, that episode, I believe. And it preceded the series X-1. It's a science fiction anthology radio show from NBC, and so yeah, one of my favorite radio shows. So I like to play those. They're fun, and I created that video because it's just a radio show, so I had to put something on the screen, so I created that little thing with the TV and the radio playing and all that. So I found the picture of my velour jacket, and gotta even have a bandana around my neck like an ascot. This was my mullet period, and I'm sitting on the lap of Pam, and she's my friend's mother. And she was just an awesome lady. She had the most awesome smile. So here she is. Here they are. Here we are. We're in her parents' motorhome, driving. We're in Northern California going whitewater rafting. She planned this whole trip, and they had an extra ticket, so they took me and a friend, James, and her 2 sons and her, and we went whitewater rafting. Yeah, NBC radio. Before the whole monopolizing of the radio thing, NBC had like NBC Blue, NBC Red. All the stations had different entities of themselves, and then it was like, you can only have one. You can only be one. You can be in different markets as that, but you can only have one radio station, and so everybody had to kind of whittle their stuff down. Yeah, this is a great photo. I love this photo of her. She was a registered nurse, and she worked in the oncology ward, so she saw death every day. And every day she'd come home, and we'd sit on the couch together and smoke a joint, and she'd tell me about her day. Yeah, there was a lot going on before TV, dude. A lot. And I'm into a lot of it. That's why I have the Old Time Radio Wednesdays, because there's just so much of it. I have just a tiny little itty bitty tiny little dab on my channel of what there is out there. I grew up way after old time radio, but my father got me into it, so it's kind of a weird thing to be into stuff, to be entertained by stuff that your friends have no idea even exists, right? And then if they do know about it, they're like, man, my grandpa listens to that crap. Yeah. But go onto the channel and look through the playlists. There is a lot of old time radio on my channel. And it is great entertainment. It's theater of the mind. I have a lot of The Shadow on my channel. I'm not sure how many videos of The Shadow I have, but I do have a lot. Let's see. Oh yeah, baby. The Shadow. Let's see, uploaded videos. I've got 63 or more uploaded Shadow episodes on my channel. So check that out. I've got all of the ones with Orson Welles as Lamont Cranston, and then it switches Shadows. He goes on to bigger and better things, and they replace Orson Welles with like Myron Johnstone or some weird guy. But Agnes Moorehead stays there. And if you remember Agnes Moorehead from the series Bewitched, she played the mother of the witch on Bewitched. So there you go, Agnes Moorehead. Her most famous radio show was Sorry, Wrong Number, and that is just a phenomenal, scary episode, and it's just her. It's basically just her in the episode. He has a few voices here and there, but it's just her sitting in a room, scared. And it's a great, great episode. And that is an episode of Escape, I think, or Suspense. There's so many great radio shows. I can't get them all on my channel. I just can't. I don't even know if I'm going to go back to putting more on my channel. When the year starts, I have so many. It's like, you know what, maybe I'll start putting different stuff on, you know. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I would get from my friends, you know, like, man, why are you so old? Yeah. I don't know. I swear I was somebody else before. I swear. I think I was an old black man living on Bunker Hill in L.A. before Bunker Hill was leveled to put skyscrapers, right? It was mainly Native Americans and blacks living there on Bunker Hill in Los Angeles. And then they had to kind of level the area so they could do buildings, right? They still got a lot of, you know, the Hollywood Hills. They still got a lot of hills, but the whole area used to just be lumpy, really. It wasn't just a flat place. That's where the trees were, the orange groves, right? But Hollywood and LA area was just lumpy. You know, it was just a big lumpy area. It was lumpy, baby. Heal me now and lump me later. Totally. So my house guest is sleeping. What, 8 feet in that direction. Recovering from the flu, came home with the flu. But he's sleeping pretty good. We NyQuil'd him up and chicken noodle souped him pretty good yesterday, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not too worried about the whole sickness thing at this point. If it hits me, it hits me, but I don't expect it'll do any damage to me. It's, you know, half of the game is mental, you know. I'm not going to get sick. Chances are you won't. Oh, geez, somebody's sick. Now I'm going to get sick. Boom, you're sick. What about the Red Ryder or Amos and Andy? I'm not real familiar. I know of Red Ryder, but I haven't listened to a lot of Red Ryder. Amos and Andy. Not one of my favorite shows. My father used to listen to that. What about that, Amos? Well, Kingfish. I just wasn't into it. And then, of course, it went to television. And they first tried it with the original actors. The original actors were 2 white guys, big, fat, stupid white guys, pretending to be black guys on the radio. They put them in blackface to try to get them in the movies and TV and stuff, and that was a bad move. Eventually, they moved them to TV, but put 2 black actors in their place. Still a horrible show. It was a horrible show. There were much better shows on, especially comedy shows. I can't put too much comedy on my show, too much variety, because they play songs, and then I get hit with song copyright stuff. And I try to upload an episode, and it's like, no, you know, Dinah Shore's saying something, so you can't. It's like, oh, fuck. So I don't do comedies. I do a lot of suspense, mystery, horror, drama, that kind of stuff. Anthology shows, different stories every week. that's a lot easier to navigate the copyright algorithm gods. So so there you go. But check out the list. Cloak and Dagger, yeah. I like a lot of British. I used to listen to a lot of old-time radio from the UK, which is a different animal completely. A lot of what they would do would just read books, really. They would just, today we're going to read, and then they would just read a book, or they would take a book and adapt it, which was my favorite things. There was one, Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, right? I think it was Jules, wasn't it? And it was a great story, and they adapted it to the radio in like 6 parts, right? And I've got it on one of my hard drives here, and I think that would be something that I'm going to upload, because it's a great version of that. And I think that rather than go back to just uploading The Shadow and Dragnet and Nightbeat and stuff, which I love, but we have a lot of, I think I'll go into grabbing adaptations of things that were on old-time radio, because that's pretty fun, and there's a lot of it out there, So while old-time radio did take like books and movies and stories and stuff, and then turn them into like a 30-minute or hour-long radio show, you miss so much, right? So I think I'd like to find some of those where they're like 6 parts. Oh, Flash Gordon, there's a good serial. That was one of those things that made its way from the comic books, the comic strip, rather, into comic books, and then onto the silver screen as serials. So they'd be like 15-minute episodes, and come back next week and see what happens to Flash. And then, of course, there would be a cliffhanger, and you'd have to come back next week to see the serial. Now we can watch serials all together. But it went from there and have also evolved onto the radio, and was on the radio for a while. And then my favorite stuff is when they took the old black and white movie serials and butted them together as little movies and put them on late night television. I used to love to watch those. Yeah, those were great. And so you got the cliffhanger at the end, but it just went right into the next scene starting at the beginning of the next episode. So it was really cool. Really, really neat. Oh, Flash Gordon, the movie, 1980? Was that what it was? Queen does the soundtrack. That's a weird movie. Of course, there was the X-rated Flesh Gordon in about the same time period. Crazy stuff. They've tried to go. They tried to go at Flash Gordon, pardon me, for a few goes, and it always fell flat. It's too out of date, right? The Mysterious Traveler. Yes, that's another good one. That's another anthology series like The Whistler. Really cool stuff. Yeah, I dig that. Those mystery shows, thrillers, and the anthology shows are probably my best, because every show is different. Every show is a new story. And the science fiction shows would quite often use the science fiction magazines of the day to garner their stories for the show, and then they'd take their writers and they'd work up a radio version of whatever story they were working with. So you got a lot of great stuff with Isaac Asimov and Robert Heinlein and Ray Bradbury and a lot of the old classic sci-fi writers. Their stuff was, in fact, if it wasn't for the radio shows bringing this stuff to the public, they never would have made it into the movies or made it into TV and further. Flash Gordon movie. Yep, there you go. Yep, isn't that the one that I'm talking about with Queen? And that football player in there, right? A big football player guy that does the Flash part. And of course they get a big blonde nobody to. I like that a few years back they put him in a movie as himself, right? As that actor who did Flash Gordon. That was pretty funny. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I dig that. That's one of my. I can watch that and totally put myself back in the 80s. That's one of those movies. That's a time travel movie right there. When you can find a movie and you can, if you don't live in a place that feels like the 70s and 80s like I do, then you sit in, you turn off all the lights and you light an incense and you get as much stuff around you that feels like the past, and then put on one of those time travel movies and just let it take you back to that period, so you feel like you're at home watching it on HBO back in 1980 something or 70 something or whatever you gotta do, right? I've got a big 1970s RCA television built into my cabinet over here, and I love to pipe the Betamax or VCR through that and watch an old movie and get that total time trip, you know. It's just, yeah, I'm a goofball when it comes to time travel. I am. At some point I'll get back to making the video time machine, because I love that whole time adventure. We're going to bop over here, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to go back here, and then we're going to zip over to here, and we just keep bopping around time, and I love it. I love it. And I like people to be surprised and confused and not know what time period they're in, you know. I don't drop dates and stuff in on a lot of the videos. You just got to kind of go along for the ride. And then I don't put anything in the descriptions, right? It's like you got to just go and watch it. I'm not going to, you know, list everything in there, and at this time you'll see this, and if you're 22:33 you're going to see this, and it's not. You're either going to watch it or you're not. You fast forward through it if you want. Oh, I don't want to watch this crap. But it's got to be a surprise, right? It's just got to be a surprise. We got to do another bog in here. Shh. I don't want to wake anyone up. I can hear him snoring. A little bit. My best friend had a black cat named Ming. Ming the Merciless, because of that movie. Yeah, I remember that big black cat. It's a really cool cat. I remember a lot of my friends' pets, because I'm an animal guy, I'm an animal lover, so I would really spend, sometimes my friends would be like, geez, dude, it's just a dog, man. But it's your dog and you're saying that? I just, you know, my daughter, she's like, there were so many dogs in Chicago, I kept pointing them out. I'm like, that's my girl. Every time we go out anywhere, I'm like, dog. And we'll look at the dog and we'll like, oh. That's just the way it is, you know. We're just doggies. We're doggies, man. Joey wants to get my daughter a cat, and I wanted it. Oh, Sam Spade, yeah. totally. I want a cat. We have 3 dogs. We'd have to cat the dogs so they would learn to get along with the cat. Get a kitten, of course, but oh man, I'm just so worried about losing an animal, right? There's other cats in the area, which means it's gonna have this draw to get out and do stuff with them. No, we don't have any cats. We just haven't had time and the space. For the first 10 years of my daughter's life, the first 15 years of our marriage, we lived in a travel trailer, and we could barely have a dog. And this place just isn't big enough. I want an enclosed yard. In fact, I told Joey that if we're going to do a cat, I want to completely enclose the backyard, top to bottom. The cover from the fence to the roof of the mobile home, all the way around, I want to pull up chicken wire, screen, netting, so that the cat cannot leave the yard. Period. I can't do a full indoor cat, but I can't let the cat get out and risk getting killed. I can't do that. So I'm not going to get a cat that's going to die. I have to make sure that the house is safe before we even go there. And I don't know that we're going to be staying here all that long. Exactly. So if I thought that and I've had a lot of cats before growing up, I thought, okay, well, if I create a yard that is cat-proof, right? And I can do that because we have a metal wall around our yard, complete metal wall that's 6 feet high all the way around our yard, right? And a wooden gate and a little short wooden fence. And I made it so that snakes can't get in because I'm afraid of rattlesnakes and the dogs. So that in mind, all of everything from 6 feet down to the ground is cat-proof already because it's snake-proof. So if I were to take chicken wire and just attach it from the fence to the house, from the fence to the house, all the way around, weave it together, and put shade netting over that, and just enclose it all. It's possible. It's possible. So, and I've had dogs that can get out of anything. I had a dog that climbed. He would literally climb. He'd climb 20 feet in the air if he thought that it meant that he could get out on the other side. Seriously. I'd find him on the roof because he'd be trying to get out of the yard. But he never got out because I was ready for it. So it's like, you know what? We're going to get a cat. We're going to let the dogs raise it so that the cat thinks it's a dog, first of all, psychological. And then have the cat live with the dogs indoors and outdoors so they get used to going outside, right? And what we'll probably do is, because we have dogs, is create an elevated cat box outside, something that the cat can jump into, pee and poop, and then jump back down with the dogs. But teach it to do it in there so that it goes outside to do it in its litter box, but it's up off the ground so the dogs can't get to it. Because if the cats poop outdoors on the ground, the dogs are going to dig it up. That's just the way dogs are. So there's that. There's the securing of the backyard. There is the training of the dogs and the raising of the cat together. So there's a whole thing. And it's like, well, not while my daughter's in school, because she's going to have to be with it 24/7 for at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks. Until the dogs have been catted enough so that they know it's part of the family. You know. And it's just going to take patience. So we have to wait for the summer. We have to wait for class to be over. And then for it to be during a period where my daughter's not going to be taking off because she wants to do some traveling, right? So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping we're going to move after my daughter graduates and try to move to a different climate. I love to hear someone sleep like that. It just makes me feel so good. You know, that's awesome. You get them. Saw those logs, Joey. Yeah, baby. And the NyQuil, you know, he's going to get some good rest. That's great. I love it. I love it. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be taking my daughter down to the university today for her class. And I'll probably just go to a thrift shop and poke around for an hour and then go pick her up. Because it's a short class, hour and 15 minutes. So I'll probably come back and go with my wife to clean a house, and then I'm pretty much done. I think I'll sit on the couch with my wife tonight, and along with my 1987 Kramer Farrington acoustic electric guitar that I just got back from the guitar technician, I got my wife's mandolin, her brand new mandolin that I had him set up professionally for her. So, and it's all in tune as well. So I've got some books, how-to books, some chord books, and a video, a DVD for her to use to get used to playing the mandolin. Because when she was a little girl, she got to play the mandolin for a little while. And I thought, well, there's something. So a Christmas ago, I got her a mandolin, and then I couldn't figure out how to get it set up correctly because the bridge on it was loose, and it has to be adjusted in the right length in order to tune properly, and it wasn't. And I had to remove paper and styrofoam from underneath the bridge, and I knew as soon as I started messing with it, it wasn't going to be tunable, and I would be frustrated. So I just took it to the technician. He spent an hour with it, put new strings on it. I think he broke a string. Put new strings on it, got it all cleaned up and set up and tuned up and everything. So I'm real happy about that. So I can basically, I just want to sit on the couch with my wife, and me with a guitar and her with a mandolin, and just sit there and play chords together until we can come up with something. And I'm 6:20. I'm hoping that at some point, when my daughter's done and has her bachelor's degree and she can go, that we can all three sit on the couch together and fiddle around with musical instruments. And perhaps even Joey too, because he's been contemplating getting into music and stuff. What I'd like to do is eventually, when he's living in the area, because I think he does want to move and come west, young man, I think I'm going to hook him up with some drums and try to get him fiddle around with the drums, fiddle around with the guitar, the piano, and start to let him feel out what he's comfortable with, you know. And I think the best way to figure out the drums is just if you can hold a beat with your hands, you can play the drums. That's how I feel. If you can keep a beat, if you play air drums and you're good at it, you can play the drums, period. Because I never picked up the drumsticks once or twice as a kid and didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I always had rhythm. I always had the percussion in my head, right? I was always air drumming, and I got really good at it. And so when I finally just bought a drum kit, a used drum kit for like $50, it was like, wow, I'm good. I sold it after a little while because we had to pay rent. But I got another drum kit just this last couple of years and figured out that it's not that difficult. as long as you have rhythm and you can keep a beat, it's not that difficult. And so that's fun. So I'm hoping that at some point, because we're surrounded by musical instruments, that I can get them into the hands of the kids here, you know. All Joey's friends are always urging him to, let's start a band, dude. And he's like, well, I don't know what to do. And it doesn't take much, you know. A little rhythm, a few lessons, watch some videos, a lot of fucking around, and then a lot of practice. For me, screwing around with the guitar is just as important as practicing and learning something new. Just random fucking around with shit can really help you to explore your abilities, right? And so I'm really good at fucking around on the guitar, really. I'm not that great a musician, but I can fuck around on the guitar really well. And because of that, it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So if I can get a band of people who don't know how to play, but they can fuck around like the best of them, I think we'll have something. How long have you guys been playing? About 3 months. No, how long have you got? About 3 months. Get out of here. Come on. You know, sounds more like 2 months. Oh. Yeah, alright, I got another bong in here. Shh, I got another bong. I gotta wake up my wife in about 20 minutes so she can have some coffee and go, where is she going today? I think to go help one of her friend's friend. I don't think it's the egg lady. I think she's somebody else. Yeah. And then at 7 I gotta cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it here at the top of the hour because I have to do I gotta do breakfast, and then I have to lay down for a couple of hours so that when my daughter is ready to go to university, I got some energy. I only sleep a couple of hours at night. This morning I woke up before my alarm and I stared into the darkness because it's just the way my brain works. I got up twice last night to take a leak. Took 20-30 minutes to get back to sleep, and then I'd be up within the next hour. So it's a lot of fun. It's just normal though, so I'm used to it. But yeah, I can't wait to fiddle around with my old guitar. It's dark and quiet in here, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to pull it out and show you because I got no light. So maybe tomorrow, or maybe not. What evil lurks in the hearts of men, the shadow knows. Totally, he does. Lamont Cranston is the shadow. Wealthy man about town. Totally. And then there was the Green Hornet. Right? Did you know that the Green Hornet was a relative of the Lone Ranger? That the Lone Ranger, Dan Reed, was the great uncle or uncle, I think great uncle of Britt Reed, the Green Hornet. Did you know that? Did you know that? Yeah, everybody knew that, you dumbass. Totally. A spin-off, a radio spin-off. Radio spin-offs are pretty cool. The Great Gildersleeve. That was a spin-off of Fibber McGee and Molly. The Phil Harris Show was a spin-off of Jack Benny's show, as was the, what's his face? Oh, Dennis Day. The Dennis Day show, another spin-off. Yeah, there was, I think that, oh, what was it? Oh, that old guy. Shit, I can't remember his name now. George Burns and Gracie Allen. I think they were a spin-off of a show. And then there was the Fred Allen show. And while I don't think it was a spin-off, they had a feud. Jack Benny and Fred Allen had a great feud where Jack Benny would talk shit on Fred Allen in his show. And then Fred Allen would pick it up on his show and talk shit on Jack Benny. And they'd go back and forth. And then they'd each come on each other's show and talk shit on each other. The First Shadow, The Death House Rescue. Episode 1, 19... Yeah, I believe that's on my channel. Like I said, I've got the first couple of seasons on my channel. So it's real easy to find stuff there, baby. I turn off my sound there so I can go poking around here. Go poke my eyeball. Poke my eyes. Yeah, The Shadow was a great series. It's great stuff. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. The Shadow. Here we go. 63 episodes of The Shadow in the playlist on my channel. And you're right, Death House Rescue. And I put, if it's a part 1, then I probably put both parts together. Because that's the way I do it. If it's a 2-parter stuff, then I usually, yep, Orson Welles, you got it. You got it, man. You fucking got it, man. Totally, man. Totally. It's fucking totally, man. James. Totally. Totally James. Ooh. My studio is dark. It's dark. Starting to get a little light coming through the windows. Because it's daytime there, right? And I'm just going to paste that in there. And then there you go. There is the episode there, right there. And then that's the first episode in the playlist. If you push play, it'll just take you through every episode. Commercial free, I believe. Every once in a while my channel throws a commercial, but I don't get anything from it. It's YouTube making money off me. Oh, look, my wife is awake early. There you go. How can you be eager to get up? Jeez. I am every morning because I do this. But as my wife says, I'm loco. So, and why anybody would get up 5 days a week at 4 in the morning to do this at 5 for 2 hours. Anybody who does that has got to be out of their frickin' mind. Which, of course, I fall right into that category. So it's easy to imagine. It's totally easy. Yeah. There's a dog. We got dogs coming. We got dogs coming. Yep. I probably won't. And he gets up, gets on the couch. And they both get up and get on the couch. They're looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? Why do you do this to yourself? Because nobody will let me do it to them, so. Almost. But not quite. Yep. Anywho. It's It's a Wednesday, middle of the week here. Hump day. Humpity hump hump. Which, you know, there's nothing exciting going on. I think we've got to get an oil change on the car soon. But other than that, the battery on my van is dead again. 4th or 5th battery since I bought the van a few years ago. There's a leak. There's a short somewhere. Something is draining the battery. I got that much. I don't know what it is yet. Also, the PCM has to be replaced. We're not going to deal with the battery until we get that fucking PCM. And then we'll get the battery, we'll replace the PCM, and then we'll take it from there. And then I'll start pulling some fuses and disconnecting crap because it's full of accessories, and undoubtedly one of the accessories remains on, and it's draining the power. It's got a fog light switch, but bare wires sticking out down below. That might have something to do with it. So, I'll have to see. I'll just have to check it out. I'll just have to keep digging and digging and digging. I don't want to take it to the mechanic because they're going to charge an arm and a leg, seriously, to just track down something stupid. So I can't afford to do that. I can't even afford to have the PCM replaced by the mechanic because I can't afford the 1 hour that it's going to take him to pull it out and put it in. It's just too much money. So I have to put on my thinking cap, put on my my mechanics gear and think it out and just troubleshoot it, do some research, do what I can do. Go lay down. Don't bother the kid. He's sleeping. I feel great that he's able to just be over there snoring. That makes me feel really good. And I don't feel guilty about doing my show. Totally. Okay, so, yeah. Fleetwood Mac is the album of the day. The week, the day. Yeah, yesterday. It just didn't happen yesterday. It was a surprise to me. But when my house guest said, I just want to no show, I'm like, okay, easy peasy. Last night I said, I'm doing a show in the morning. He didn't argue with me, so had he said, no, please don't, I wouldn't be here today either. But he didn't argue with it, and as much NyQuil as he's been drinking, I think we could have an earthquake and he wouldn't know it. So there you go. Yep. Totally. I'm stalling working on a project, starting a new project. I think what I'm going to do is go through my channel and dig up all the original content and put that into a new playlist right up front. I think that's important right there. And go through and make sure that all of my live stuff is in the correct playlist. And then I want to do a new documentary, and I think I want to pick up and do the 1980s, do that decade in my life, and what was going on in the 1980s. And along with using a lot of actual photos, I want to use a bunch of stock footage and video from the 80s. And try to tell this story as colorfully as possible. Totally, dude. Totally. Oh, there, my dog just jumped up on his bed. So that probably shook him a little bit. So let's be quiet for a minute. He's going to lay right up against him, too, because that's what he does. See if we can hear him snoring. My dogs, they just love to sleep up against you. Yep. In the middle of the night, I have to push them into the middle of the bed. That's why we have a queen-size bed, is because the dogs they usually take up a lot of it. I'll wake up and roll over to look at my wife and be staring into the eyes of my dog with his head up on the pillow. And he'll be looking at me saying, "Is the coffee ready yet?" Totally. And then he'll stay in bed like that he'll sleep all night up on the pillow. He'll get up, he'll turn, and he'll go right back and put half his body up on the pillow. And he's got his own pillow. You know, the other dogs, they don't do that. But this one, he's more human than dog. But I don't give him people rules. You know, don't shit in the house, don't tear stuff up in the house, don't fight. That's pretty much their rules. Other than that, they're allowed to be dogs, and boy, do they love to be dogs. All of a sudden, they just start playing right there on the couch. One of them will get up and just start doing donuts and jump on the other one, and then they'll just take off out of the room, right? They're just great. It's great dogs. That's why I think that a cat would really complement those 3 dogs. You know, just a little funny little cat. A tough cat, you know, a tomcat, a really tough cat that could deal with. I don't think I'd want to get a female cat because they can tend to be temperamental, depending on what kind of breed it is. A good striped cat usually get along with dogs pretty good. An orange stripe or a gray striped cat. Those, from experience, those have been, you know, the ones that have gotten along with the dogs that I've known. I've known a lot of Siamese cats and the little black and white cats and the tabbies and the calicos, and they always seem a little put off by dogs. But those striped cats, tiger stripes, real fine camouflage stripes, those cats and the black cats always seem to be really good at hanging out with dogs. Especially the big, heavy-duty tomcats. As big as my little dogs, right? So, but a cat that will wait for the dog to walk by and then jump out and jump on it and tackle it to the ground and play with it, right? Because that's what my dogs want. A tough cat. Because they like to chew on each other, so they're going to want to chew on the cat. So it's got to be raised like it thinks it's a dog. Seriously, it's the only way it'll work. Yeah. At this point, I think it's out of the question. I think it's just out of the question. If we do wind up moving and move to a nice house and a little piece of property or something somewhere, then I think that's going to be the next step at family expansion, is to get a cat. If we have acreage, it's going to be some livestock. A little miniature dairy cow would be great. That would be perfect. And 5 acres for it to roam around. Maybe a goat, a sheep, something, just a little bit of variety. Basically, it'll probably be whatever animals people are giving away. Hey, I want a pig. I can't take this pig anymore. And sure, what the hell? That's when my father wound up with, 30 animals living on his property. People just would abandon animals, and he'd just take them in. He's been he was doing that back in the 70s when he was working at the animal hospital. Yeah. I got no problem with it. Budget-wise, it's a problem. Household size, it can be a problem. So we've taken in all of the animals that we have were animals that people didn't want. Get a black Phillip. Oh, that's one of those. That's the mascot for Philip Morris, right? That black lung. That little black lung, animated black lung. Hey, I'm Black Phillip. Smoke Philip Morris. Right. Totally. I think it's going to be one of those gray striped cats. I think we're going to go with something that we know. Every time I've had one of those big striped male cats, they've been hunters, and they go out and hunt down rabbits and squirrels and bring them home and eat them. So I know they're tough enough, and I've also known them to really get along with dogs. So I've sold myself on that. Now I've got to sell everybody else on that idea. And it may be years before we are able to move and get a bigger place and have a cat, or it may be months. It just may be the summertime is going to be the time to start thinking about relocating. And if the family's going to get bigger, then that needs to happen. It's a must. Let's see, my alarm is going to... There it is. The black goat from the movie The Witch. While I did say goats freak me out. I don't like their eyeballs. I don't. I'm not into species that have eyeballs that look like lips in their pupils. It's weird looking. I cannot look into the eyes of a goat. It freaks me out. So any animal with eyes that are weird like that, nope. It has to be a true mammal for me to be able to, and that just ain't. That's a weird. I don't know what those animals are that have weird eyeballs, right? Horses, they have big, giant eyes, right? Like whales' eyes and stuff, but they look close to human, right? I need to find familiarity in the eyes. Now, if we were like had 20 acres and somebody's like, I can't take care of this goat, it's a sweet goat, could you take it? Yeah. I wouldn't go look at it. I wouldn't make eye contact with it. But, what the hell? It's an animal. Hey. Alright, Fred's awake. Totally. Show's just about over, which is appropriate because I got to leak and I got to eat and I got to do all kinds of stuff in the next hour so I can go lay back down and recoup some energy for the rest of the day. Get up, have a shower, put Matifsas in and get her done. My main thing is to, at some point this evening, get back on the guitar and start fucking around with that. I think my pinky is going to be healed up enough. I can push on it and it don't hurt anymore. So, all right, peace. Well, WW. I got to run soon anyway, too. So take care of yourself. I should be back tomorrow, barring any unforeseen eventualities. I should be here. So I'll talk to you then if you're around. All right, take care of yourself. Peace. Adios. Yeah, cool. We'll see you tomorrow, brother. I gotta run soon too, 'cause man, I'm gonna pop that coffee. That goes right through you. Sweet. Yeah. What a day. What a day. What a day. I guess I'll get this last bong in here packed, but it's that's it. That's all she wrote. I better kill this over here. There. And then we'll watch the count dwindle down to nothing. It'll probably dwindle down to just me watching on my monitor here. Alright. So old time radio today. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. Mysterious Traveler, The Shadow, Lights Out. This morning we heard an episode of Dimension X, which prompted WW to comment that he was like, well, what the hell's that? Yeah. A lot of time in the pre-show half hour, I like to put on a radio show to start things off. Mainly because I've got to test the system and make sure that it doesn't just die 5 minutes into my live feed. So I'll usually put on something cool. It seems that we still have ourselves a mystery viewer again, which is pretty cool. I like to have that proverbial fly on the wall, you know, that quintessential mystery guest. Cool. How do you like that Black Phillip, huh? Black cartoon lung. Hey, I'm Black Phillip. Be sure to smoke cigarettes. Totally. Because, you know, the perfect mascot. You know. Totally. It's kind of spooky in here still. This would have been a great day to read a mystery story, right? Out of the candle with the light right in front of my face. I think we've done that before. Didn't we do that before? Yeah. This actually reminds me of a show I did when the electricity went out, and I had to do this show on my phone. And it was dark. It was scary. And it was weird. Because I'm not used to using my phone. I've used it a few times out, like in LA and shit, out at open mic nights and stuff, but it never really worked. The other day I was on the way home from the guitar guy, and I was thinking how I would love to be able to do an open mic night as an MC, as a host, right? And do it on YouTube, and once a week have a static camera set up and jacked into the audio system and just do an open mic night live from one of our local places, because there are like 12 places around here that do open mics, you know, and then just get a dedicated hardline system so I could show up, plug in my laptop, and jack in the internet and the camera and the mic and everything, and just go from there. So all I would have to do would be to just take my laptop and a few cables and then just plug in, right, and go live. That would be pretty cool if I knew how to work this online broadcasting system software stuff. I could then use it to show my opening credits, right? But I've got to use this graphics computer over here to pipe stuff in, because I'm just not really good at it. I guess if I tried to come in through the media player, that might work. There's a media player jack on my thing here, but I'm using that as an out into my online computer here. So everything's kind of weird, hinky. And because I'm not a technical wizard when it comes to digital computerized crap, I'm lost, baby. I don't know what's going on. I'm clueless. I can't even see my coffee. It's so dark in here. I guess I don't have to worry about it any longer. It's gone. There you go. What's going on tomorrow? Probably more of the same. Probably taking it easy again tomorrow morning. And again Friday. We'll be here Friday. What are y'all doing this weekend? I have no clue what I'm doing this weekend. I know next week I am probably going to start painting again once or twice a week to start earning some extra cash so I can get my van fixed and get that external hard drive stuff going on for my computers here. I'm going to buy 2 external hard drives, one for each computer, so that I can really do some stuff. And I'm gonna double down on the original content and start putting together ideas for like 3 documentaries. And I think I'm gonna do 2 real documentaries and then kind of a mockumentary thing where I'll pick a subject, some fictional event from the past, and focus on it. You know, what the hell? I got nothing better to do. You know, really, I could go crazy. I didn't do a show yesterday, and yesterday evening driving around, I found myself having long conversations with myself and my other self. It was like a 3-way going on, and it was out loud, and I had to stop and take a breath and actually literally say out loud to myself, shut up. Because I was just blah, 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 and it was just crazy. And I was arguing and telling myself this, and my other self was arguing with my other self, and it got ridiculous. And within like 3 minutes, it all came to a head, and I had to stop, tell myself to shut up, stop arguing with yourself. What is it going to accomplish, you know? It was crazy. And when I do the show, I don't usually have that, because I have a chance to just kind of let it out, vent, uncork and unbottle, and just let it all pour out. And over the weekends, if I keep busy, I usually don't worry about that, about just arguing with myself. If I'm working, I can usually make it a one-sided conversation, where it's just me just blah, 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 right? And my wife will be in the other room working, saying, "Shut up!" As long as I keep this brain functioning, doing something, then I'm okay. I can stay away from the madness. I'm gonna do one last bong hit, punch up some closing credits, and then go take a piss. Right? Right. Totally. Totally. Yeah, baby. Alright, so tomorrow's Throwback Thursday. I'm going to pull out a bunch of stuff and we'll go through it. We're going to need an album of the day tomorrow, so hopefully somebody will give us that. I might just do a random run over to the pile, pick a random number, and go into that cubicle and pick out a random record, right? I should get a nine-sided dice or something with the amount of cubbies that I have over there, and then just number the cubbies, roll the die, bada bing bang boom, pick something out of that cubby. That's random. All right, people, I'm gonna get out of here. All of you, as usual, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. You know what to do. Go out into the world, do something nice for yourselves, but do something nice for somebody else too. Why? It couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt. It's gonna make you feel better, make somebody else feel better, make the world a better place, make you a better person. You never know. You never know what could come of it. You could make a new friend. All right? It's a lot harder to hate than it is to be nice, so just be nice. All right? You put down the hate, step away from the hate. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Peace, love, all that stuff. You know what I mean. And I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 5 a.m. Most especially out there, stay weird, alright? Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. You gotta put in the time, you gotta put in the effort. Do like I do. Look at somebody, go, "Hi, how you doing? How's it going, man? Need something? Need some help or something? You alright? Get away from me, you weirdo. What do you want? I just want to be nice. Come on. You're nice. Get out of here, you freak. Hey, honey, some guy came up to me today and he was asking me if I needed any help. What do I look like, some kind of fucking invalid? Honey was just trying to be nice. Oh, that's what that is. Yeah. All right, people, take care of yourselves. Love you, and adios.